Okay, we are streaming and we are live. Fantastic. So, oh, give me 1 second. What do you want? That's all right. I've got a background. I've got background. Sorry. I'm we are it's a bit of a nightmare in our house at the moment. We're getting like renos done in the spare room, so we're gonna actually have a wardrobe. And yeah, so me and my partner just share in the office, and he was like, "Ah, like I need to walk past." I'm like, it's okay. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys here live. I am joined with the amazing Rebecca. She has lost a lot of weight in just 6 months. But not only that, because it's not about just the weight. She's gone from struggling with emotional eating, IBS, low energy, feeling stuck in like this belief that she was born big, so she'll always be big, to dropping down clothing size, dress sizes, feeling confident in her body that she's in now compared to where she was, building these rock solid habits and even like going to the gym regularly, and it's not a punishment. So we're just going to talk about some of the things that were the most helpful in getting her there, and hopefully if you guys are lucky she'll share some tips with you and secrets. So first and foremost, thank you so much for joining me. You've literally just finished the program the other day and I was like, oh, let's get a video in before I go to Bali for 3 weeks, because otherwise it's not going to be fresh. So first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us, and sharing your wisdom and experience and journey. And for a lot of women, it feels very difficult to see transformation in themselves, because for a lot of women, we struggle with weight issues our whole life, with dieting our whole life. So we kind of get accustomed to the, well, it happens for everyone else, but it doesn't happen for me. And I mean, please let me know if that's different for you, but did that, like, that might have been like this sort of feeling that you had as well. It's like, well, I've tried my whole life, or I've tried for many, many years. It's never going to happen to me, but I'm going to kind of give it a go. I'm going to stop talking. So let's just start with, if you can just tell us with like what was going on from you before we worked together, in terms of your health, your life.
So you kind of summed it up actually, that I had gotten to the point where, I mean, I'd numerous times tried calorie counting. I'd tried sort of herbal weight loss tablets. I tried the over-the-counter Orlistat weight loss tablets. And I just got into the thing, I was like, nah, it's fine. I'm always going to be big. This is just me now. Um, and just before I came across you, I'd started trying again through calorie counting. I've got a work colleague who has lost an incredible amount of weight. I was like, okay, maybe this is a kickstart and I should try. And then, but I was struggling with things like, I mean, emotional eating was a huge one. Like, I had a bad day, that'd be one of the big pizza. I live 2 doors down from a pizza place. Big pizza, big bag of crisps, and it wasn't like once a month; it was once a week, or like 4 or 5 packs of crisps a day. Um, and even like meals, I wasn't really doing fresh veg, things like that. If I was lucky, I might chuck some in from the freezer, but it was more chuck some chips and some, I don't know, vegan burgers in the oven, and that'd do it. Maybe some baked beans,
Mhm.
maybe a can of sweet corn. But yeah, I was on one of the higher doses for my asthma inhalers. And I've been asthmatic since, well, must be close to 30 years now. Um, I had my IBS for about 20. And it was pretty much if I ate anything green at that point, I thought it was triggering it.
Mm.
Um,
Did that make you kind of distrust the whole, well, you should eat more vegetables?
yeah, especially lettuce.
Mm.
And that it still took a while. But yeah, I didn't want to eat healthy because my body reacted to it and I didn't like that. It wasn't safe.
Mm. Mm.
But yeah,
Okay. And you don't have to, if you don't want to, only share as much as you're comfortable with. But could you tell me a little bit what you were experiencing like mentally, in terms of maybe who you believe that you are, the truths that you believed about yourself?
so yeah, I mean, like I said, always believed I was big, but I believe like that meant if I'm big, I'm ugly. That was probably the big one. And that people couldn't like me, even though I've got a wonderful friend group. And if any of them see this, you are wonderful. But I didn't trust in that.
Mm,
I didn't trust that they actually liked me for me.
mm.
Um,
And that's like you just
and
said,
it's
it's not a distrust in them.
no,
That's just how much,
how I felt and
yeah,
the doubt I had in myself.
yeah. Mm. And is that something that you've carried for most of your life?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Wow.
something I've always struggled with.
Mm. Wow,
I mean, I've
that's
been on antidepressants for this time around about 10 years. So
mm-hmm. Mm. And do you think part of your weight, your health, your habits have had a part to play in that?
I would say so. Well, it's kind of a circle. So it's like I feel bad about maybe someone has been slightly cruel or gone behind my back on something. So I've got that distrust, and then I comfort eat, and then I'm looking at myself going, "Well, you've just put weight on. You've just done this." So maybe their comments were true, and then it just goes round.
Okay. So could you tell me a little bit more about the emotional eating that you experience as well? Because you just kind of mentioned that you comfort ate. Was that a common occurrence for you?
Oh yeah. It was comforting. It was also an element of boredom eating. It was almost how I relaxed. Food was a source of enjoyment.
Mm,
So
okay.
yeah.
I think we can all relate to
Yeah.
that. I think, if someone comes up to me and says, Bianca, I have a weight problem, but I don't like food, you could be lying to yourself, girl, because I love food, right? And I
Yeah.
don't I don't really trust people who don't like food.
But I think it's that element of because that was my source of enjoyment, that's what I went to for everything.
Right,
It
right.
wasn't sensible. It was
Yeah.
overindulgence.
And I just want to clarify as well, this
Yeah.
might not be something that you would think about, but like you're in a healthy, loving relationship,
Yeah.
right? And so that's a safe relationship for you,
Yeah.
right? So there are a lot of women out there that are not in a healthy and or safe and or positive, good, loving relationship. So, you have the support there. Like you said, you have your partner, you have your friendship groups, but even still, there was still that underlying like distrust, like, you said, well, because I'm big, I must be ugly. But it's like you've got all the evidence that you are an amazing person, that you're a beautiful person, that you're very attractive because you have a partner, right? And so you've got all of this evidence, and your brain is just going, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be able to tell you why, but obviously something. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And, I'm so sorry that that was something that you've experienced growing up, but we have been able to turn it around, right? Just before we talk about the way that you've turned it around, you tried loads of diets to help with your weight before?
Yeah. I mean, most successful were always the calorie counting ones, but then
Mm-hmm.
I'd get bored. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially as one of the things I found when I was calorie counting is I might add some veg, but I wouldn't add enough to really properly bulk it. So
Mm-hmm.
the portion sizes got smaller, which meant I was hungry. Or I was going, I can't have this, and this.
Yeah.
And at the end, it'd be like, oh, but this either it's boring, or there's a wedding, or there's this,
Mm.
or there's that. And it'd be like, oh, what's the point? Just eat
Mm.
what you want to enjoy.
Mm. I love what you said, which I'm just gonna have a little chuckle with you, is people will say these things work, but they obviously don't.
No,
like the
no,
calorie
no.
counting.
No, it's like the weight came off, but then it went straight back on again as soon as I stopped. So like
Because you didn't
because I didn't have the
learn.
habits. Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't learn how to do it. You didn't know how to feel. You didn't know how to think. You didn't know how to balance your plate so that the numbers were the same. Yes, the numbers are equal, cool. But you weren't balancing your plate in a way that was actually going to work physically. Like there's a difference
Yes.
between logically and physically, and
Exactly.
logically it
Yeah.
works. Same with things like Weight Watchers and Slimming World.
Yeah.
they're a little bit more practically, but logically it doesn't work. It's like practically, yes, if you apply it and you go from like a fully processed diet and you're eating a little bit less essentially, then yeah, it's going to work. But does it work logically? Not really. Does it work long term? No, not really. So yeah, I think with and the reason why I point that out is because I do speak to a lot of women who say, "Oh yeah, well it worked, but then I put on weight." It's like, well, then it didn't work,
Didn't
did
work.
it? It didn't
Worked in the
work.
short term, but
Yeah,
failed to actually.
exactly, exactly. Okay, so now 6 months later, and we are almost at the £50 mark. I've been so nearly dying to type 50, like in all of
I know.
the content for this, but I have to keep writing almost because we're almost there.
Almost there.
Maybe one more week left. That's it.
Oh, gosh.
But your chart has just been such a clear cut line, which is very
Yeah.
abnormal for a
Yeah.
sustainable weight loss. May I just add? So this is like this is great. This is huge. £50 in 6 months, and a couple of days, should we say, is a phenomenal amount. But not only that, like things have changed for you as well. So in the last 6 months, you've been exercising more willingly, drinking so much more water, reflecting in things like journal practices every day. Yeah, exercising. So tell us a little bit more about what's going on now. Like what's different? How are you feeling?
Well, definitely the more exercising I did it because I'm doing a charity walk next week, and I did a 7 mile, I think it was, walk this morning as my last training one. So that
Amazing.
getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do that wouldn't have been on my radar previously.
I tell you what, it's not
Um,
on my radar either. So well
yeah,
done.
not most people it wouldn't be. Certainly not going to be a common occurrence. I do like my sleep, but that's another thing. I'm sleeping more. Like I'm giving
Mhm,
myself the time to sleep. My phone lives in the other room, so I'm not doom scrolling at like 10 o'clock at night.
mhm,
Um, I think yeah, journaling. Like you mentioned, when I'm also doing my self affirmations in that, and that's made a huge difference. That
mhm,
it's really implanted ideas, and it's something I didn't think would, if I'm honest.
mhm,
I really doubted journaling because I've tried it in the past and it's fallen through and I've given up. And then I know one of the things we discussed previously, I missed one night and I missed it that night. I was in my head doing my journaling, even though I wasn't writing it down. And I do. If I miss a day, I miss doing it. I want to do it, which is a huge thing. It's not a chore. But I think my mood's improved. Even when I have rough days, it's still much better than it was. And yeah, I haven't used any of my asthma inhalers I can't remember when I last used them. Certainly not in the last 6 months. Um, and that even with like at work, we've got this quite a large hill we've got to walk up to. It's the car park, and that used to take me. I used to be fairly slow going up it, and now I'm definitely one of the faster ones going up it. And that's without trying. It doesn't feel like I've tried to do that. I'm not deliberately walking faster. It's just a natural change.
amazing, amazing. So you're not starving yourself?
Oh God, no, I'm not
Okay.
hungry.
No shakes, Ozempic, no nothing, no cheat codes.
No cheat codes.
Just real sustainable.
Unless spinach is a cheat code, no cheat codes.
No, no, no. Popeye claimed that one.
Yeah.
Amazing. That is absolutely phenomenal. And you've dropped from dress size like 22, 24
20 to
down.
22, yeah. And I'm currently I can wear size 16s comfortably.
Check you out. Oh. And one thing that I think is so beautiful that you mentioned to me in our last session is that going shopping with your friends was something that used to embarrass you and that you didn't enjoy doing, so you never did it. But you're going to be doing it soon.
I am I've got to pencil it in with them. We've got to get our diaries aligned, but they want to take one of them especially, but I know there'll be a couple of them want to take me for a wardrobe refresh.
That's amazing. So, it's not just weight loss, it's not just the energy, the physical capacity and ability that you've improved, right? It's not just not throwing away because we're not stupid, but throwing away the asthma medication, right?
Yeah,
Reducing medication, shall we
yeah,
say? It's not even just about that. It's also about being able to do the shit that you used to hold yourself back from fear, from worry, from judgment.
Yeah. And it's, yeah, they're just, I know I'm more confident. And I will proviso medical advice with the inhalers. Is with doctor's advice, they're aware.
Yeah.
Underlining that,
Thank
seek.
you. Thank you for my terms and conditions. I would have forgotten that.
Yeah, no, my asthma nurse had the same. Oh, awesome, keep going. So,
Fant Fantastic. Amazing. Is there anything else that we've not mentioned that is like totally changed for you that's different, the way that you're feeling, acting, thinking?
thinking is the good one. I'll check my nose. I'm not constantly thinking about food. I think
Mm,
previously, regardless of whether I was dieting or not, my thoughts were always, oh, what shall I grab for dinner? What shall I do for this? And I think it's a mixture of having it planned out, so I already know what I'm doing. There
hmm
might be an element of, oh, I need to run to the shops on the way home, pick something up. But there's not that constant in the back of my mind of, oh, shall we get this in? Shall we do that? I really fancy this. I want to do that. And that voice isn't there.
hmm
Like, I'll get a, oh, you're hungry now, but not a, oh, let's go grab coffee and cake.
hmm The
So
temptations and like
yeah,
the quick instant gratifications.
yeah, that is definitely it rears up occasionally, but it's generally gone. It's not a
Wow.
constant in the back of my head, food, 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 food.
Wow. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so what I want to go over three things that were really helpful for you. So, what's one thing that's just made a huge difference?
I think that's tricky because it's a multitude of things, but I think regarding if we just looked at the weight loss, the magic plates, like being it's so straightforward to use. There's no need. I still weigh occasionally, but that's just because I know I'm rubbish with portion sizes. And I don't want to make enough for like 8 days when I only need 2 days worth.
Hmm
But
So you're measuring when you're like making bulk meals.
bulk, yeah, things
Okay, I
like
just
that.
want to
Or
clarify because this
yeah,
is
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Otherwise, that was something that I didn't know that you were measuring out and weighing out your food.
Yeah, no. So like something like that, I might just because I know
Yeah.
at risk of overdoing it. Um,
hmm
so but generally day to day, don't have to weigh anything. I just
hmm
portion it on the plate. It's done,
hmm
and it's
hmm
quick and easy as well. Like I think one of the things that used to scare me was I'm not. I never thought of myself as someone who could cook very well. I could make a cake, that's fine, but cooking a meal, I liked doing it, but I was always nervous, especially without like a recipe or something like that in
hmm
front of me. Whereas now
hmm
it's like, oh, okay, not done that. What can I? Oh, let's just throw this, and together, and that's fine. That's done.
And you know then nutritionally that you're hitting your macronutrients, you're hitting your micronutrients. You
Exactly.
theoretically should be eating a low calorie density meal.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, really, I'm not gonna give it away. If you're watching this, drop the word waitlist, and I'll add you to the next free 5 day challenge, and we'll talk about how to what we've been talking about today. That's been the biggest needle mover for Rebecca. But essentially, following the framework that we follow, to make sure that you're balancing them, and that you don't really need to think about, is it enough? Is it too much? Do I have the right amount of things? Is that right?
Yeah. And it's
Okay.
also you're not excluding anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's in proportional regulation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. What's the second top tip, secret, anything that you found really helpful?
Um, the self affirmations and journaling, just the changing of the mindset. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
underestimating the power of it. Like I said, I was thinking, oh, it's that's all a bit, yeah, but
Bit woo-woo.
actually, bit woo woo, but
Yeah.
actually, like it has made a huge difference. Um, Even things like which have got again not nothing to do with the weight loss side of it, just with the building my confidence. It's things like standing up for myself and things like that, which are all part of my self affirmations. And yeah, it's really helped.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so journaling and affirmations. Affirmations just in general or very specific ones?
Um, Somewhat in general, but I mean there are some specific ones which I found really help. One of the ones at the moment, other than the standing up for myself, I've got the asking for help. And I think
Mm-hmm.
something a lot of people struggle with is asking for help, whether it's
Mm.
asking someone for advice on what to do with their food, down to can someone help me lift a heavy box at work?
Yeah, yeah. But that was a belief system of yours. It
It
was
was.
like I can't ask for help because I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was
It
along the lines
devalued
of
me if I asked for help,
yeah,
basically. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's why I asked whether it was like general or specific. So that was a very specific I
Specific,
am,
yeah.
like it was a very specific affirmation that we pulled out from your limiting beliefs. We pulled that out, we highlighted the truths, we
Yeah.
turned it into a very specific affirmation.
Yeah.
And this is something that I wanted to highlight as well is, I've had clients who write 20 freaking affirmations a day, but none of them are actually directly related to the things that matter to them. So you could be wasting all of that time, or you could be utilizing all that time and really lasering into the words and the phrases and the sentences that are going to help drive you forward.
Yeah. Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, so journaling and affirmations, the magic plates, and what's your third tip?
Small steps.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try and build Rome in a day.
Okay, can we all just take a moment to listen? This incredible trailblazer, Rebecca, right here, has lost 50 pounds in 6 months. That is an enormous amount of weight to lose in such a short time period when you're working with sustainable tools, right? If you were to go on a juice or a cleanse or like, shove coffee up your butt or whatever, you might lose that really quickly. Cool. But this is a sustainable approach. Someone who has lost very fast using sustainable practices said take it slow. I really have to emphasize that, Rebecca, because everyone just want that people don't think that it's going to be enough. People don't think that taking small steps is going to be enough. And so can you tell I'm really excited? I'm so pleased that you mentioned this because it
That's
really
huge.
just goes to show, yeah, the small steps are what has got you there so fast. The
Yeah.
ironies. I'm going to put myself on mute.
Okay. Oh, she's gonna make me talk. I'm not good at that. But no, well, it's things like my water intake. Like before we started, I was most drinking, and when I say water, I'm like not coffee, not fizzy drinks. I was maybe drinking 500 mils a day on a good day, and now I'm drinking over 2 liters, and that was just little increment jumps. It wasn't
Hmm.
like because I was never going to. If you told me like 6 months ago I was going to drink 2 liters of water a day, I'd be laughing in your face. There's no way I was going to drink that much. I'd be on the loo all day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely am in the loo all day. Thank you.
No,
Well,
it's second nature.
hmm hmm.
To the water in the side.
Well, I'm glad that those habits have really changed your life. Sorry about me going on mute. We've got workers in and they were drilling in the wall right next to me, as they are now. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh, really? Here we
Oh,
go.
really? Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, look, so Rebecca has made huge steps in such a short period of time using sustainable practices, and that is the thing that I really, really want to highlight here is you've even said yourself, take slow and steady steps,
Yeah.
take incremental steps. So you've gone from emotional eating, IBS flare-ups, low confidence, struggling to move your body consistently, struggling with things like asthma to dropping dress sizes super fast, building consistency with your food and your water, journaling, moving your body, and now feeling super strong and confident and so much more in control. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Amazing. And your top three tips were to take it slow, um, to journal and use very specific I am affirmations.
Yeah.
And your first one was Sorry, there's so much going on
I'll go
around
for
me
you.
right now. I've got
Magic,
people walking in and out.
the magic plates.
That
So
was it. And make sure you're balancing your food
yeah.
effectively. Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to share with anyone who might be struggling or thinking about maybe getting help, but they're on the fence?
So for anyone watching this, Bianca a few days ago put up a thing about the Portsmouth Vegan Festival. I was that one weird person sat in the back somewhere listening along. And then I did 2 of the free trials. Give the free trials a shot. Find out if it's for you.
But the 5 day challenges, because
The
I'm like,
5 day challenges, that
what
was
free
it.
trials am I giving
Not
out?
free, sorry, 5 day challenges. She's gonna get me in trouble. No, I'm gonna get her in trouble.
It's like,
Yeah, the 5 day challenge.
what is free trial?
Oh, my brain, you're asking me things on the fly.
Sorry, yeah.
No, the 5 day challenges. After I did the first one, I went from regaining weight to stabilizing, and then it was after the second one I joined up, and I was like, the light went on for me. But give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. The 5 day challenge is nothing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. And everything to gain, including your life back.
Exactly.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, for sharing. If anyone has any questions, do you mind if they just drop questions in the box underneath?
Go for it.
Questions
Yeah.
for you. Awesome, awesome. Rebecca, I very much appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and your stories. I've loved watching you grow, and I can't wait to see that scale going in the right direction, and just you growing more and more confidence every single day and getting rid of all of the medication and
Yeah.
everything to live a healthier, longer life. So thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you, and I will catch you soon. Take care, guys. And as Rebecca said, if you guys are interested in trying out some coaching with a 5 day challenge, that's what you meant, free
That's what
five
I
day.
meant. I swear I'm not paid.
A free 5 day challenge. Just drop the word waitlist or challenge underneath this video. It really doesn't matter. And I'll flick you the details for our next one. It is currently the 19th of September. I probably won't be running one till the end of November. So you've got plenty of time to prepare. Just drop the word challenge or waitlist underneath this video. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thanks, guys, and I will catch you soon. Bye.